Hi everyone, it's Michael. I'm so excited to make this video and just say welcome to the new subscribers to my channel and just kind of get everyone acquainted with what it is I do here. But before I do anything else, I want to express a little gratitude, and that is, of course, to Miss Orchid Girl herself, Danny. Danny of Orchid Nature was kind enough to recommend and link my channel in one of her recent videos. And to be perfectly honest, I was super caught off guard by it and a little starstruck. I know that sounds silly, but it's peculiar when I started with orchids, I consumed so many of her videos and I spent hours just watching her work and just kind of trying to carve out my own path and figure out exactly how I wanted to execute my orchid growing. So to have the recommendation of someone you respect so much it touched my heart. So thank you, Danny, I really appreciate it. For my new subscribers, I just want to give you a quick rundown of how I do things. I am almost exclusively a semi-hydroponic grower. My work is based off of the work of Barkalow, who is the pioneer of semi-hydroponics. I will link his work below. But that being said, I am super open to experimenting and trying new things. And keeping that in mind, one of the things to know going into this endeavor and watching my videos is that this process is entirely susceptible to change. One of my favorite expressions is, if you always do what you have always done, you always get what you have always got. So if I find that there is an alternative way of growing that is going to be more beneficial or more expedient or yield better blooms, I feel like it's my responsibility as an orchid grower to pursue those options and to kind of explore them. So if you are hoping that this is just a tried and true system that will never change, I can't commit that to you because I do want to explore a little bit, and I'm growing and I'm learning. I've only been really growing orchids for about a year and a half, so I'm still very much in the developmental stages of my time with orchids. So that being said, if I post a video on a topic, let's say it is my watering and fertilizing routine, you'll see that if it's a part of a series, it'll be denoted in parts. So I'll say part 1 on a video if there is a continuation thereof. So that's kind of a way to see if the system that I was using has modified, adapted, or moved forward. And I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, I just invite you politely to be vocal with any questions or comments you have, any concerns you might have. Just let's keep this an open dialogue because that interface is really, really important to me. And it's what's so exciting about YouTube. We get to connect and exchange these ideas and tactics. So please, let's do that. That being said, I thought a great first introductory video for you guys would be a tour of my apartment. A lot of my subscribers before were asking if I could just do a quick tour of my apartment, and I've been resisting because I live in a 1-bedroom. It is a very humble, tiny little spot in Denver, but I figure no better time than now. So let's jump in, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, my friends, here we are. We'll start with the kitchen. It's pretty self-explanatory and to the point. But up here we have our wall of hipster animal things. That's an alpaca, that's nicely decorated. Little birdie on a perch, stuffed rhino in a newsboy cap. I think that's an antelope. And then we've got a zebra in a beanie, a giraffe in a scarf and glasses, and an elephant in a monocle. Up here we have a bunch of tchotchkes that bring us joy. And that's pretty much it. So we'll move into the living room. I told you, it's a small place, guys. Over here we have the living room, which is my favorite place to be. It's just very cozy and feels kind of like a jungle. Thanks in large part to this giant philodendron. My husband Justin has been growing this for about 4 years, and no matter where we go, it just thrives. And for those who have asked, no, there's not a great likelihood he will make a cameo. He is painfully shy and he does not care for the camera. Over here, that's a painting for my mom. Over here is where I keep some of my orchids. On the left, I have my Bulbophyllum ambrosia. I have a no ID Oncidium. That is my Wilsonara. It's an Aloha Sparks. And on the far right, we have a Bulbophyllum fascinator. Down here, we've got a little fish tank. Inside of it, we have our pet cichlid. Her name is Cynthia, but she is also being very camera shy right now. She does not want to come out to play. So moving on to this wall over here, we have some of my low light orchids. So I've got my Zygopetalum up there, 2 Phalaenopsis, and then bringing it on down here, this guy right here, that's our old puppy Henry. We had to put him down when he was 1.5 years old. He had a long battle with epilepsy, and but the good news is he sits here now and he gets to enjoy all the blooms and be with us, so we love him. Another Phalaenopsis. This is the little Buddha with the current diptyque candle we're burning. Oh, and if you haven't heard of diptyque, get you some of that, because that candle line has been phenomenal, and I collect them, they're all up there. This is a giant map from my parents' house. This was their housewarming gift to us, but I absolutely adore it. Over here I have, this is my kids' Dendrobium nobile, which I love. Justin plays a lot with aquascaping, so he does like these little tank installments, but I think that one needs to be touched up and updated. So back over this way is our media shelf and bookshelf. This is where I have the sick bay for the orchids. So I made a video about it. It's my version of Sphag and Bag for semi-hydroponic orchids. So that's where those heal. But over here is my lighting setup for my highlight orchids. So I've got 2 LED lights here that I purchased from IKEA. And then on the shelf we have, this is my Banfield-ara. It is called the Mystic Maze. Back here I have a Osocenda. That is the Betty May Carmela Steel. This is my Psychopsis right here. This is a Dapper Dots Catasetum orchid. This is, oh gosh, I don't even remember the name. It's a Cattleya. And then this is my Phragmipedium. I purchased it and I never saw it bloom, so I'm not quite sure what it looks like or what it is. That's a porcupine where we put candy, and those are just some seashells. Bathroom, also pretty self-explanatory, but it does its job. Everybody loves Marilyn. And then over here, this is one of my husband's paintings. He's an exceptionally talented painter. We'll move quickly through the closet because you don't need to see any of that, except for maybe this. Someone painted that of me when I was much younger and much skinnier. This is the bedroom. We have ample GQ magazine issues to keep us occupied. I really like this metal sculpture. And this is where the bedroom is much cooler. So right up here on the top, I will put my Phalaenopsis when it's time to get them to respike or rebloom, just because it is so much cooler. It really helps to kind of catalyze that process. Over here, I don't even know what plants these are. Justin does all the other plants that aren't orchids, so you would have to ask him. But that's there. This is his little pitcher plant, which I just think is adorable. He keeps stealing my leca beads because he's realizing how helpful they are for drainage. So that one is actually sphagnum moss and leca. Up here we had a passion flower. It was overwatered right before we went to vacation. The person who we had watching the plants continued to overwater, and now it is just in really sad shape. That is one of his, I don't even know what's in there, but it's an arrangement of some kind. Again, more of his aquascapes. And here we have our cylinder fish tank. We've got some mystery snails. There's one of our fish. That guppy is Reggie Bush. That is Aunt Claire, the little sucker fish right there. There's also Leela and Fry, and I don't know if you guys can see. Ooh, there's a bunch of little baby guppies hanging out. What else is in there? No, that's pretty much it on those guys. There's more fish, but I just can't seem to catch them right now. These are some of Justin's paintings. He's a remarkably talented painter as well, so I place them right in front of the bed so he can have time to just kind of conceptualize and visualize what he wants to do with them. Those are his works in process. We will go out now to the patio garden. Again, this is really more Justin's territory than mine, so I'm going to do my best to explain what he has out here. But it looks like this is a giant blackberry bush, which I'm so excited about. Over here we have the mint. We've got some thyme and rosemary. We've got some garlic, some basil, some oregano. He has all kinds of beautiful flowers out here, which are just gorgeous. That one is really, really nice. I don't know what a lot of this is. That's some corn. Over here he's got more flowers. And down here he's got his cucumbers. He has some types of broccoli growing along the bottom. Up here he's got his peppers, some parsley. These are the black cherry tomatoes that are coming in. We've got some steak tomatoes. Down here we've got some strawberries. Those are jalapenos. I don't know if you can see, but there's some coming in right there. But that's, oh, and then over here we have, this is our fig plant. It was doing really poorly until he started using leca beads, surprise, surprise. But the drainage really helped, and now it is putting out a lot of new growths and kind of getting its life back, which is lovely. These are some cacti that he took from my mom's garden, or her yard. I don't think she gardens them. This was his gift for his birthday. I got him a hibiscus flower plant, and it is just gorgeous, and it just keeps throwing out these blooms. And then this is his makeshift pond. This is questionable to me. I don't really know what he's doing with this, but he insists that he's going to put the baby guppies inside of it. So that's that. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, I invite you to be really vocal about anything you have questions about, concerns, anything you're curious about, and really leverage this as a forum to communicate about things you want to try and things that you have tried. I so appreciate you spending your time with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.